Okay, so welcome back. We are ready to demold this, pull our part out, and hopefully get a cast going. So first thing I need to do, I've gone ahead and removed the top plate, a few on the side, the screws there, but twist your part out, your sprue and your vent, twist and pull. Hold on to those, and then we'll just pull it apart. And it does stick sometimes, a little bit more than you wanted. And we just kind of flex, get our part out. And if we see any clay, we want to go ahead and clean that out now. So I've already flipped it in my mind there, so it's not bad to understand maybe a side that is always there so that you can line it up. That's kind of why those index pins are there, so that it won't go together only but one way. So just for time, you would come in with an X-Acto typically and clean away any of these corners. So you kind of just make a cut into any of the flat corners and just slice away. We did that so it made it easier. You weren't putting any undue stress when it went back in, but you could do that on all sides. Even kind of clip the top here so it went back in easier, might be helpful. But for time frame, we want to go ahead and keep moving. We do have our clay still where we put those little ball pieces, so make sure you do remember to get those. If it happened to move, you may have to puncture a hole in there with the X-Acto, but hopefully it works, so we end up with nice little holes there. And when we demold this the second time with our actual mold material in there, you'll see kind of why we did that. So you assemble everything the way it was in the mold, get it all ready, and I would recommend putting all the screws back in. I'm only going to do a few of what I think are the important ones, because if you don't get them all in, then you don't have the same, I guess, push up against the mold, and so it's not going to hold it tight together for you. So it would leak out in the flash line of it. So real quickly, I'm just going to put these two in. And then we'll quickly pour and then do another quick video of just demolding the actual part that we make here. All right. So I believe, and you have to kind of look at each individual part, but I think we want our part to sit slightly elevated inside the mold so that as the water line of the material comes through, the last thing it's able to touch is that. So for now, I'm just gonna kind of drop a pencil in there and see if that's enough. We could come in with a piece of like 1/2-inch plywood, but I'm just gonna start with the pencil and see if that does what we need. We have funnels, we have 1/2-inch PVC tubing, those snap together, and that becomes our pouring cup. Keep your piece that we had, our little vent dowel, go ahead and prep it. Go ahead and Vaseline this top surface, because over time you're gonna keep running out with the urethane material. And if you don't Vaseline it, then it'll just stay on the top of the box. So that can become a resist for us, okay? Our material is the Smooth Cast 200. Again, a 2-part urethane. It has a 3-minute pot life, and so for that reason, you don't really have time to put it in a pressure pot and do anything with it. You pretty much have to run pretty quickly. So I'll pour, this is thin enough that we don't need to go between the cups. We can just pour all of it in. And right now it's clear. As it goes to set up, it will turn white on us. I intentionally mixed a little more than I needed. I have another piece over here I'm gonna pour some more into. All right, so scrape the walls real fast, and I think we're good. And so we'll just slowly, same way with the other, we want to pop any bubbles, so we'll just kind of slowly pour in. Have your vent ready. So we're just watching top of our mold. It just burped out, so go ahead and plug it. You can, if you want to, shake it a little bit, get all those air bubbles to ride up to that top portion. I'm not really shaking a lot. I'm gonna give it a light little shake. And then one thing I can do is if you let it just sit in the mold for a little bit, you can see all the bubbles coming to the top surface here in our little tube. They're doing the same thing on that end. They're all coming up to the top surface. And so if we can get them all to come to the back top of that windshield, we can come in right now and we will open this quickly and just let it burp out any of the air. A couple little bubbles there. And we just close that back off and let it sit.